Hi, Sudis. How are you doing? Welcome tonight. Asim, thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, Palestinians, how are you doing? Pro Palestinians, how are you doing? Maya and her cohort, how are you doing? Where is Rashidi Talib? Where are you? Where is Stein? Where are you people? Come forward. The truth is that some people are kind of deaf. They hear, but they are deaf at the same time, you know, because black people, at some point, black people became your enemy. Black people became like, the colonizers and the people that do not care about your interest. Because tell me how a PhD student, she is a Turkish woman, right? And she just got arrested on her way to probably have dinner after her fast, breaking her fast. What happened? It happened that she probably made a post or did something that had to do with Palestinians and protest. Now guess where she is? At the ICE detention. The reality is that some of you do not understand what is going on because you all thought all these were jokes. Black people warned you people. And this man made it clear before the election, during the time he was campaigning, he talked about it. He said it. If he sees anybody protest, he will make sure that nobody protests on campuses. Because if you do, and he's going to repatriate you, especially if you are a migrant. He meant it. And also, I want you people to also warn your kids that if you are a citizen and you protest, he will expel you. So please, we should all be guided, all right? You all already know that the kind of regime you are in, but you all can see what's going on. Let's get into this video.
The Trump administration almost every week snatch people right off the streets for political speech. The latest, most chilling example happened yesterday outside Boston when a PhD student and Fulbright scholar at Tufts University in this country on a student visa from Turkey, totally legal, obviously, was taken off a residential street in Somerville, Massachusetts at 5:15 p.m. yesterday. Ramesa Ozturk had just left her apartment when she's approached by a guy in a dark hoodie and hat who then grabs her hands. You can see and hear how upset and scared she is as an officer finally pulls out a badge and appears to identify himself as law enforcement. She is quickly surrounded by half a dozen, I guess, cops, all in street clothes, covering their faces with masks. They take her cell phone. They physically remove her backpack. She is then handcuffed as a bystander films and asks how anyone is supposed to know these people are police.
Is covering your faces. You want to take those masks off? Is this a kidnapping? Yeah, you don't look like it. Why are you hiding your faces? Why are you hiding your faces?
The masked police lead the terrified woman to their unmarked vehicles and drive off. Now, if all that were not chilling enough, an attorney for Ozturk released a statement earlier today saying, in part, "We are unaware of her whereabouts and have not been able to contact her. No charges have been filed against her to date that we are aware of." Last night, a district court judge ordered that the young woman not be moved out of Massachusetts without first providing advance notice. And then late this afternoon, we finally got an idea of where she is. According to the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement detainee locator, she is currently being held in the South Louisiana ICE Processing Center. That's nearly 2,000 miles from where she was snatched off the street just 27 hours ago. Today, the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement that investigations found Ozturk engaged in activities in support of Hamas. But again, she's not charged with any crime. The activities she is accused of seem to be that she co-wrote an editorial in the Tufts school newspaper that was published a year ago today, writing, quote, "We affirm the equal dignity and humanity of all people," specifically referencing Palestinians, going on to quote the author James Baldwin and challenging the university president to, quote, "acknowledge the Palestinian genocide and embrace efforts by students to evaluate diverse and sometimes contradictory ideas and opinions."
First, they came for the migrants, then they came for the student visas, then the permanent residents. Up next, naturalized citizens and U.S. citizens. Now, you guys have been seeing this video circulating about a PhD student in Massachusetts by the name of Rumeysa Öztürk. And she was picked up by ICE agents, and the story is even more insidious than you already think. And shout out to this creator here by the name of Lara Quinn. I'm going to tag this video below because they go into detail about how Rumeysa was kidnapped by ICE and who exactly was behind it.
It is a website that doxes pro-Palestinian students, activists, and workers in the United States. And they claim to document individuals and organizations that promote hatred of the U.S., Israel, and Jews on the North American college campuses and beyond. And her information was just recently put on that website. So
now the website Lara is referring to is called the Canary Mission. And Canary Mission's entire goal is to take in anonymous tips as well as doing their own investigative work about individuals who might have engaged in anti-Israeli protests or op-eds like Rumeysa. And now a lot of people are putting the pieces together and they're believing that ICE is going directly to this website or talking to organizers of this website to gather information, and that is how they're picking up these students. So first it was migrants who had settled in the U.S. illegally, as they say. Then it was migrants who were seeking to have refugee status when they were coming from war-torn lands. It was them. And now there's a dedicated website to going after students who are here on visas, who are permanent residents, which is crazy work. And now ICE is telling these universities that they're revoking these student statuses, which again has to go through the court systems in order to do. You can't just say, I'm going to revoke your status here in the US, whether it be a student or permanent resident, and then ipso facto, it's done. That's not how the legal system works. And even after all of these individuals were picked up and their attorneys had reached out to ICE because they needed that court information, like show us the information where you had a warrant, show us the information where these people's legal statuses had been revoked, and of course ICE has not produced those. And shout out to Alex Peter because he goes on to tell another story about another student who was being attempted to be picked up for just attending a protest. Now I'm going to tag his video below because he makes a very important point that first they told us it was migrants, then they're coming after students with visas who are lawful to go to school here and attend school here and be here in the US. Then they're going after permanent residents. He goes on to say in his video, up next, naturalized citizens and U.S. citizens. Now in his video, he highly encourages naturalized citizens and U.S. citizens to start scrubbing your social media profiles. Because like the Canary Mission, there will be a website that will be posted that will have naturalized citizens and U.S. citizens on that website in order for ICE agents to come and detain you. This is the reality of America that we live in currently right now. So you have to be able to protect yourself. Nobody is safe. And I don't know how far you guys are going to go until you realize.
So I just watched a Tufts PhD student walking down the sidewalk get approached by 6 ICE agents wearing masks and taken away. Gonna be deported. I felt so sick watching that happen. And I wonder how someone can think that because someone was born elsewhere, that they have less of a right to life and to the life that we expect for ourselves. What did I do to deserve the right to live in this country? What did any of us do to deserve the right to be here? She did everything right. I don't know where she's from. She came from wherever she's from, went to Columbia, got her degree, and was studying to get her doctorate at Tufts. These are really good schools. And she walks down the street and they just say, "You're out of here." And the people in the comments of this video are saying, "This is great. This is beautiful. Keep it up." I just really would like us to have a discussion about why I deserve, after randomly being in the body I was in, born in this country, What makes me any more entitled? What did I do to deserve to be here? There are so many people who think that because of the lottery that you happen to win by living here, that alone makes you superior to someone who was put in so much more of an unlucky situation and even still was doing all the right things on a student visa. See you later. We don't want you here. This is awesome. Kick them out. I'm sorry, but this is the type of shit. This is the type of shit that makes people not want to talk to their family members when they vote for this shit. This is the difference. It's not about politics, whatever you think that means, whatever minuscule thing you're making that term into, this is the effect of it. So I find that shit to be fucking disgusting. And I'm sorry for the break from the funny content, but I just had to come on here and say something. I don't know what to do. I don't know what we are supposed to do when what everyone understood to be the way shit should work is just thrown out the window. And the fact that there are laws and there's legal language that somehow make this the right thing to do is just fucking sickening. Absolutely sickening.
Every wannabe activist on TikTok be like, she didn't do anything, she didn't do anything. Oh really? She didn't? How do you know? Are you from the Secret Service? It's the same thing they said about Muhammad Khalil and his friends from Columbia University, but guess what? Apparently those people from Columbia University knew about the October 7 massacre. Stop spreading lies and empty propaganda and try to understand that there is something bigger here that happening, that terror organization actually managed to recruit American students to spread their propaganda. Try to trust the professional. If they arrest her, she probably did something more than just to post on the local newspaper about supporting Palestine, which, by the way, it's a total invention. There's no such a thing. There never existed Palestinian state or anything like that. And just you have to learn history and to understand better who invented it and why, in order to create chaos and to try to control the Middle East and then the rest of the world. And you that protest for them and spreading lies on TikTok, you're totally played with their hands like a little pawn. Instead of spreading lies, how about read some history and understand better the conflict in the Middle East and try to understand better why everything is happening right now the way it is and how you play in the hands of terror organizations. And if you need some content, you should definitely read this book.
A woman named Rameza Ozturk who was kidnapped by ICE agents outside of her university yesterday, and more people should be talking about this. This happened in Boston. She's a PhD student at Tufts, and her student visa was canceled because she published an opinion piece that said that Tufts should divest from Israel, and to call it what it is, a genocide. And the next thing you know, obviously she ended up on ICE's radar, and they swarmed her because there's a video of this. She's walking down the street. Obviously, it looked like she was going to go get iftar. She's fasting probably, and 6 individuals swarm her. When I say swarm her and 6 individuals, none of them look like police officers. They're wearing cargo like pants and vests and hoodies and stuff like that. No police badge in sight or nothing. And they swarm her and they're like, you're coming with us. And she starts screaming, obviously. And she's very confused, you can tell. And one of them later says, oh, we're police officers. Since then, nobody has seen her. Nobody knows where she is. Her lawyer has been trying to contact her to no avail. A judge has ruled that she cannot be taken out of the state of Massachusetts. But considering that DHS and ICE is literally acting like the Gestapo right now, there's no like guarantee that she's still there and where she is at this point. But it's actually kind of scary, the fact that like this is going on with such impunity and people are literally being like disappeared in broad daylight, and we're supposed to be okay with this. Like, that's so, what the heck?
Federal government is now going after a South Korean legal resident here in the United States. Her name is Yoonsa Chung, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly because I can't seem to find her name spelled out in Korean, but that's the way it's spelled out in English. Yoonsa Chung. She is a student at Columbia, and she is presently in hiding. What was her offense? Her offense was, as far as we can tell, attending one pro-Palestine rally. There is presently no other evidence against her. There is no evidence against her family. I don't know if this bears repeating, but I guess it does for some people. Attending a rally is not by itself an illegal action. She's valedictorian of her high school, an American high school, because she's been here since she was 7 years old. And the insidious thing of all this is, of course, there are so many organizations out there purporting to fight oppression that are celebrating the fact that she is being hunted down like prey. They are celebrating the fact that her First Amendment rights, which she is entitled to even if she is a green card holder and not a U.S. citizen, that has been proven time and time again by the law, they are celebrating it. She filed a lawsuit today to forestall the government's attempt to find her and deport her. Let me repeat this. She is a fully legal resident, and the only thing they have against her is that she was present at a pro-Palestine protest. For everyone who's saying that this is what she deserves because she attended one pro-Palestine protest as a student and a legal resident of the United States entitled to the full protection of the First Amendment, what makes you so sure that you are going to remain protected in your little ivory tower? How does it escape you that all it takes is one of them deciding that they don't like what you're saying, that they don't like what you're doing, that they don't like the protest that you're attending, that they don't like the Instagram post that you're hearting? What makes you think that they're not going to change their mind and decide maybe they need to hunt you down next? This especially goes for all the women out there. You know that this administration, they're not pro-woman. What makes you think that you're safe the next time you go to a women's rights rally, the next time you go to a protest on the overturning of Roe versus Wade? You think you're going to be okay? What happens the next time you hit heart on a post about women's rights? What happens the next time you post something on Instagram about how the world is turning into the Handmaid's Tale? You think you're safe? I gotta tell you, you are living in Delulu land.
This is all I got from this video, and you all can see that's a group of people warn you all about this particular thing, especially this particular one. And this man also made it clear during the campaign that when you protest, he made it clear during campaign that when you protest, that he is going to take away. It's either your citizenship, depends on how migrant. If you're a migrant or a student, they will deport you back. And if you are a citizen, they will expel you from school, right? So this thing is something that was said back then, and Black people tried so hard to stop this from happening. I don't know how to, but you see, pro-Palestinians, I hope you all are calling Maya and the rest of them, those that call Black people colonizers, those that say Black people are the problem, like at Rashidi Tlaib. Where is she? You all should call all of them. Where are the Muslim, the Arab Muslim community? They were the ones that said that this man has promised them peace. Now it looks like they are in pieces, or the peace is chasing them. Go and call them. You all now can see the result of what you people put in power. Am I sorry? I am not sure that I am sorry, because you all perpetrated this. It is you people's master plan, and it is playing out. So go sort it out. When I say go sort it out, go sort it out. I remember bringing a video where Muslims, okay, that was when they said, Trump said he's going to make Gaza, it's going to be Trump Gaza, hotel resorts and all that. And they all were very pissed and mad and all that. And they were asking them, if you had an opportunity to probably change your vote, would you still vote for? Would you have voted for Kamala Harris or they said they still wouldn't have voted for Kamala Harris. They probably will still vote for Just Time. So that is to tell you that they actually do not care about their own people and what they are going through, right? The only thing that they are very much concerned about is their ego, nothing more than that. Because tell me how somebody is going to see that you are suffering and going through pain, and the person is trying to tell you that is telling you that I would rather still do the things that will make you, that will keep you in pain, or that will keep you like, really sad. That is to tell you the level of understanding they have. So to my people, you already did great. 92%, 82% of my people, you all did all you could. Like, you all fought so hard. Just unfortunately that some people do not think that you deserve something good. That's why they also did what they did. Right? So let them continue to enjoy the fruit of their labor while you continue to enjoy your vacation. If they like, let them look for a way to sort these particular things out. Now, the young girl, see, also, this is a very great opportunity for us to also educate our children about some certain things, especially this particular policy or law that has already been passed, because you all can see how they are already catching people. Tell your children that there is no more protest, especially in school. If you do and you are still, they will expel you from school. And if you are a migrant, because I know that there are so many migrants watching me, as long as you are legal there, please make sure that your children do not go out protesting, right? Because it won't end well. Have a great day. Bye for now.